Hello, welcome to the last video in the Ensighten Managed Training series. Well, the last one until we add one or need to update them again, of course. Maybe you're a few years in the future and I'm already wrong about this being the last. But let's get to it, shall we? This video covers the current reports in the UI and the user admin section. As of this video, we have two reports built into the Manage UI, Tag Errors and Page Performance. The name should give you a good idea what they're about, but we'll do a quick overview so you know what you're looking at. The Tag Error Report is where those e.gifs I showed in the previous videos can be viewed. It can show a history as far as 90 days in the past and display errors and counts across various charts. This is a great spot to keep an eye on regularly within your account, especially right after new tag releases. The data here is available for export by clicking on any of the tables, and by keeping up with this information, you should be able to stay on top of any errors occurring within your tags. One special note would be that the tag ID -1 is an error caught by the bootstrap instead of directly within a tag. This could mean that the error happened while using one of the Bootstrap's library functions, or that the tag causing the error could not be located by the error suppression code. When you're tracking these down, it's best to use the error message, and if you're able to reproduce the issue on a page, you can backtrack it to the tag that way as well. The Page Performance report is populated in most accounts, but it can be turned off, so don't be surprised if yours is empty. The data that populates this report is coming from the Performance beacon, which is a setting that must be toggled on or off on our backend. When it's on, a small sample set of all end users on your website will fire off this Performance Beacon pixel when loading a page. That pixel contains anonymous performance data as it pertains to page load speeds and the possible impact of tagging on that speed. We currently have expanded and improved reporting data in our roadmap, so it's possible that by the time you're watching this, I'm already behind the times. Next up is the admin section. This area might be restricted from your view if you're not an admin on your account. If you can't see these options, that's probably why. For those that can, the admin section has 3 tabs. In the Users tab, you'll be able to create and control users allowed to access your Manage account. You'll also control which roles they have here, which is what governs their permissions to act within the rest of the account. When creating a new user, you'll need to fill out all of these fields. Their username is what they'll use to log in, and they'll be able to set their password via the email they receive after you've set their account up. When selecting roles, be sure to only give them as much access as is appropriate, but don't neglect to give them the basic access to Manage itself with the Manage UI role. These roles are additive. There are no roles that remove or revoke access. In the Roles screen, you're defining user roles and what permissions they grant. This could be things like the ability to publish to production or the ability to view a particular space. Several roles come standard with new accounts, and for small projects with only a few people working in the system, they'll likely cover all of your needs. Larger projects spread across multiple teams definitely require a broad set of roles to ensure proper control of the account and good checks on things that could impact the end user. When creating a new role, you have 3 major permission categories. Account permissions governs access to major sections of the account like conditions, events, and spaces. App permissions limit a user's access to certain specified apps instead of the entire library. And space permissions govern a user's ability to act within a space. Space permissions are the most commonly used, and they give helpful restrictions like user can see and edit tags but not publish, or user can freely manipulate and publish tags in dev and stage but only merge to production, because we have our release manager who publishes production. Lastly, we have the System Security tab. You may never need to enter this one at all, but I want to be sure you know what options are available to you. In this tab, you can set up an IP address or IP range to restrict the possible access locations of your Manage users. Toggle on and off the requirement that security questions must be answered when requesting a password reset. Toggle on and off multi-factor authentication to increase user account security, which relies on the Google Authenticator mobile app. Or toggle on and off the SAML or single sign-on solution configuration. This is intended for single sign-on solutions that are already present within your company and you'd like to extend to your TMS as well. Unless you are IT, you're probably going to need to interface with your engineering or IT team to get the details for this piece set up. That's it for the training series. You did it. I hope you found these informative and look forward to any questions you may have in the future. If you're looking to really solidify your learning and be able to prove it to others, we offer a certification exam as well. Send an email over to training@ensighten.com to get that process started.